Minor league baseball season is very long, 142 game season, so that means 71 home dates. We have 5 months that we need to make sure this field looks good and plays the same day in and day out. I think that's very important for the players to have that comfortable feeling about where they're playing. That plays into your home field advantage. Baseball was always my favorite sport growing up. I played it ever since I was a kid. I went to a small college, I played Division III. I grew up in a small town in Iowa. I think it started out with a farm life, just understanding how your family was provided for and what your parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles did for a living. My dad helped me start up my own lawn care business. All throughout high school and even in college, I would come back and mow lawns around town. I have a Bachelor's of Arts in History. I decided that really wasn't what my passion was, so I went back to school and I got a certificate in turfgrass management. And my family and everyone was very supportive of the change that I was making and thought it was very important to get some education to go along with the experience that I had. There's a lot of science that goes into what this profession is and what this profession does. So out here it's a little bit different. We don't get much rain. All the water that we need to operate, we have to run through an irrigation system or a hose. But also we have to make sure we give the plant what it needs to grow and be successful. The thing about the desert that's most difficult for me is the wind is nonstop. The wind dries the turf out. It makes irrigating difficult. Try to make up for it during the day, give it extra water. It really affects how the field plays day in and day out. One thing we've done here at Cashman Field the last couple of years is really work on improving our infield skin. Most people don't realize this, but it's a very certain percentage of sand, silt, and clay, and getting those numbers dialed in just right. One thing we've really tried to do is increase our clay content of our skin so we can A, hold more moisture, and B, get the more cleat in, cleat out effect. So when guys are out there fielding ground balls and playing, you don't get a lot of blowouts. Kind of the corkboard feel is what you go for when you're managing an infield skin. Some things that we do here that you could use at home are irrigating overnight as opposed to during the daytime hours. So if you're going to apply water to your lawn, the best time to do it is in the early morning hours before the sunrise. That way, you're not losing anything to evaporation and you're allowing the water to really penetrate into your soil. And then I think applying fertilizer, whether it's once or twice a year, that'll make a huge difference. I think it all starts with having a good program, knowing what your soil is, knowing what your turf type is, and then knowing your region. All those factors can help develop what you're trying to do. I think the community is a very big part of any minor league team. That's who comes out on a day-to-day basis and supports the team. Baseball has been in Vegas for over 30 years. Not only do we want a good field for the players, you want to have a sense of community around athletic fields where you want to have pride in what you do and what you maintain. These athletes out here that play on it, this is their office. This is where they hone their craft. I think it's important to have the field looking and playing its best day in, day out. That's part of your job. You take pride in that.